Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to JDB Selects. Coming at you today with a predicted teams list video, the first video of the new year. It's bloody good to be back. I hope you are as excited as I am for the new season, and we'll kick things off with my team, the NZ Warriors. But before we get stuck into this year's team, I thought it'd be important to look back at the season that's just been. So obviously the Wars came up one game short of the grand final against the Broncos, but finished fourth on the ladder overall with a 66% win rate and a plus points difference of 124. In terms of big gains this season, they've got RTS coming back into the fold, as well as Chanel Harris-Tavita, two big Warrior fan favorites and two, die-hard Warriors fans at heart too. So looking forward to seeing those boys back in the blue and green. And then obviously Capewell has also signed a 3-year deal from the Brisbane Broncos, so he'll bring a lot of experience to the side. I'm not sure quite where he'll play. I do think he will start in the side, which you'll see shortly, but either way he'll be around to sort of mentor and nurture some of that young talent coming through the NZ rugby league scene, so a massive buy for many reasons. And in terms of losses, the big one that hurts most Warriors fans obviously is Joshy Curran has gone to the Bulldogs, Viliami Vailea has moved on to the North Queensland Cowboys, and Bailey Serenid has also moved on, but he's going to the Super League to play for the Catalan Dragons. Alright, boom, that's enough talking about the past. Let's get stuck into this year's predicted teams list for round 1. Starting first, obviously at number 1, the fullback, Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad. I mean, come on, the dude was an absolute machine in 2023. Look at those numbers, man. Average meters, 128, 98 tackle breaks. He was so reliable at the back for the Warriors, and even though RTS used to play fullback when he was around, I do think that they'll keep Charnze there based on his performance last year. There's no way I can't see Charnze not starting at number 1 in round 1. However, though, in saying that, having RTS as a backup should something go wrong, I mean, come on, most clubs would die to have RTS as their starting fullback, let alone as a potential positional switch. So, very good signing for the Warriors, but I do think that Charnze keeps that position. And wearing the number 2 jersey on the wing, I mean, come on, the Dallin winner for haircut of the year, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. The dude was an absolute try-scoring machine in 2023. 24 tries in just 20 games. He missed, I think, the start of the season. So he could have easily taken out the top try scorer award had he been fit and healthy for the entire season. But nonetheless, an absolute standout, career best season for Dallin. 153 meters per game on average, 25 line breaks, 80 tackle breaks. The dude was on fire, and that perm coupled with his acrobatic try scoring ability has really made him a fan favorite, not only for Warriors fans but rugby league fans in general. At centre, I've gone Rocco. I know this might be a bit contentious, as people will be thinking that RTS might slot back into this spot, but I do think Rocco did enough last year to retain his jersey come round 1. I think he's built a pretty good combination on that right edge already with the likes of SJ, Charnze, Dallin, etc. He's obviously got a lot of potential there, so I do think they go with Rocco at number 3. And in at number 4, the ex-All Black, ex-Blues rugby player, ex-Warriors legend himself, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck returns to the fold this season. Not only does Roger have the best calves in the game, he's also a super decent league player. I mean, in 2021 he was averaging 190 meters per game. He's, again, similar to Charnze, just so consistent, runs the ball back hard, has that late Rock and Roger footwork that just makes defensive lines freeze, and I can't wait to see him back. I don't want to say his time in Union was wasted because he obviously achieved his dream of becoming an All Black, but it's a shame that he's sort of been sitting on the sideline and see him play a lot of provincial rugby in his prime, right, when he could have been playing NRL. So super excited to have him back on the side, and I think most rugby league fans will be happy that he's back. And on the other wing, I've gone Marcelo Montoya. I mean, he played 27 games of the club's 28 last year, so he's an absolute workhorse. Kind of had a bit of shine taken off him from Dallin. I know he had that massive bump of Charlie Staines in the pre-season trials last year, and everyone thought he was going to sort of be the next generation of big, scary Warriors winger. And don't get me wrong, he definitely is, but Dallin's freakish try-scoring ability on the other side sort of took a bit of shine away. But man, he's still an absolute tank. 94 tackle breaks, 11 tries in 27 games. The dude's got so much potential, and he seems really happy in New Zealand, so easy choice there. Mars, number 5. Moving now to 5'8", and I've gone Luke Metcalf at number 6. A lot of people may be thinking that Tamari Martin may take that position. I know he finished the year there with Luke out with, I think, a hamstring injury. But for me, Luke Metcalf should be the number 6 come round 1 if he's fit and healthy. The dude's got that super freaky speed, similar to Reece Walsh, Ezra Mann, the guy that can really just break a game open in an instant with that footwork and speed. So I do think that if he's fit and healthy, Luke Metcalf should get that number 6 jersey come round 1. And at number 7, the potential and arguably Daily M winner, SJ obviously at 7. The dude had a career best season. I mean, 29 try assists, 26 line break assists, 8 tries of his own. I mean, he was absolutely on fire last year, but I think the most impressive part for me was that 91% tackle efficiency. I mean, the dude was so defensively sound all season. He had big bodies running at him and he didn't fold. He stood his ground, and I think that really inspired the team, and it certainly inspired us as fans, I think. So obviously, no-brainer, SJ number 7. And in at number 8, obviously AFB Addin Fonua-Blake. The dude was arguably the best prop in the competition last year, averaging 171 running meters per game, scoring 9 tries, breaking 73 tackles, and having 14 average hit-ups per game. Obviously, there's a bit of drama with Addin over the off-season with him signing with the Sharks come 2024, which is a bit of a blow for us Warriors fans, but we still obviously have the 2024 season with him, and I have no doubt he's not going to let a standard slip. He was a massive part of the Warriors' success last year, and if they are to be successful again, he's going to need to perform like he did. In at hooker, Wade Egan. I mean, the dude is an absolute warhorse. He is the walking wounded most weeks, but still arguably is one of the most underrated hookers in the game. 22 games, 6 tries, 5 try assists, and again, that super high tackle efficiency. He just gets through a ton of work, nice short balls off the ruck. I mean, again, he's very underrated, and I may be biased because I am a Warriors fan, but dude, Egan, when he's on, is on. And the other prop, number 10, Mitch Barnett. He had a bit of a mixed bag season. Obviously, he was injured for a while, only playing 15 games. But I did think when he was playing, he'd made a pretty good impact to the side, averaging 136 running meters per game. He's a gritty player. Obviously, he plays with a bit of fire, which I like. And he complements AFB really well. So I think Mitchy Barnett, if he's fit and healthy, you put him in at number 10. Moving now to the second row, gone for Capewell. As I touched on at the start, he's just come across from the Broncos on a 3-year deal, which means he'll be at the club until the end of the 2026 season. He played 24 games for the Broncos last year, and it was obviously a part of that disappointing loss in the grand final, but he'll bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to the Warriors side, and he's obviously there to just share that with some of the younger guys coming through the grade. So yeah, it is a tough one because obviously Capewell comes into the side, which will push either Marata or Ford to the bench. Personally, I'm going to take Marata for game 1 and see how he goes, but obviously Ford was an absolute beast last year. The Warriors obviously now have a good amount of depth in that back line, especially with the likes of Jazz coming back, Harris-Tavita, Bunty. We've got some big bodies that we can shift around if needed, but I do think Capewell will start in game 1. And the other back row, Niukore. I mean, the dude's an absolute freak. Look at that man. Obviously needs to sort out a few of his disciplinary issues. I think was the most, or easily one of the most sin-binned and yellow-carded players in 2023. He obviously still wants to play with that same fire and aggression, but he obviously needs to try and tone that down because him not being there does let the team down. But yeah, he's a great player to watch and a good buy from Parramatta. And last but certainly not least, at lock, Tohu Harris. I mean, again, similar to Wade Egan, the walking wounded, a guy that's just hobbling around but still giving 110% week in and week out, averaging 139 meters, 27 tackle breaks, and 3 tries in 23 games. I mean, I think there's some crazy stat when Tohu isn't playing, the Warriors don't win. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe when Tohu's there, the Warriors are a better side and they tend to get the chockies more often than not. He's probably the most important part of the side, bar Shaun Johnson. So looking forward to another big effort from Tohu, who has just signed, I think, another 1 or 2 year deal because he is very keen to try and take it one step further in 2024. Bang! And just like that, first video of the year is done. Hope my rambling wasn't too bad. I'll try and obviously perfect this as we make a few more of these. But let me know who your starting lineup is in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.